Hey everybody, welcome to the R&D show. This is the place you want to be to learn about research and development with working from home and living a life fulfilled. My name is Donna. I'm here with my wonderful friend Rebecca. Hey Rebecca.
Hi.
Hey, well before we get started, I do want to ask you, how's the weather in Florida?
Right now, I should have checked just a second ago. I think it's 77 degrees and hot.
Well, up here in Canada, it is -6 degrees Celsius. And for those of you in the States, just so you know, that's 21 degrees Fahrenheit. And we have a feels like temperature, feels like -16, which is 3.2
That
degrees
sounds wonderful.
Fahrenheit. So I'm going to have to come down to Florida and visit you again, Rebecca. But today we are talking about something that we call the shiny object syndrome. You know, with working from home, I've worked from home for 20 years now, and Rebecca, I think you're pretty close to that, maybe longer, right? Okay, and over the years, we've come across a lot of different things, but today's topic, shiny object syndrome. Let's talk about what that means. First of all, you know, with home businesses, a lot of times, people are enticed to build their business with some special promotion or prize, right, Rebecca? You had worked from home, you know, with a different type of business before. I think it was skincare and cosmetics, right?
Right, that's true.
Like a direct sales type.
Yeah, the objects are actually a big part of that business because I think that, you know, keeping the excitement going is just, for some reason, you know, it's really important. There's nothing wrong with excitement and there's nothing wrong with gifts and enthusiasm, but for a lot of hardworking people, that's kind of all it ever is.
The core of, you know, why do people start a business from home? I would think, at least for me, when I was looking at a home business, the number one thing that I wanted was an ongoing secure income. A lot of people might call it a residual income.
Yeah.
And what I found in looking at so many different types of companies and businesses, they all seem to claim they have this ongoing secure residual income.
Yeah.
And it's my understanding that I would bet anyone who has a home business, that was the lure, I guess, if you want to call it that, or the thing that entices you to come on board is this concept of a secure lifetime residual income. But then enter shiny object syndrome. And unfortunately, a lot of times in these companies, the dream of having that residual income isn't there. And I think a lot of it is because of this shiny object syndrome. And maybe you can enhance on what I'm talking about.
So first of all, let me just say, just to defend it a little bit, I think that it is fun. It is fun to try to, you know, to win some things, and, you know, whether they be jewelry or trips or, you know, maybe appliances of sorts,
Even a car.
technical things, I think it's actually, it can be fun. The problem is that sometimes, so let's say you do that initially to get some of your leaders to want to work towards something. I think I don't have any problem with that.
Right.
What I do have a problem with is that that's all it is that it's always that. And when you look back, like I sold skincare and cosmetics for 10 years. And so when I, at a certain point, you know, I was not just looking for another trip or another, you know, toy or things like that. I was looking for a financial impact, you know, in our family's household. So I just do want to defend it in that I do think there's nothing really wrong with it. I do find it unfortunate where, you know, for a lot of people, if you turn around and you say, okay, so what have you really earned? How many years, and that's kind of a good question, have you been working your business, and what have you actually earned? I just actually was texting a friend just this morning who has always built a business on the side, you know, with me. Unfortunately, she's actually a widow now, and She's a young woman. And I was saying to her, because now she's a single household earner, but I said, can you look back and just see what have you earned as this has been on the side? Because now it's become a really important part of her life, that side hustle.
Yeah.
$344,000. So that is amazing. So if all it ever was, in other words, were those shiny objects, wow, it's a very scary time anyway. But if that's all it was, then, there's the real unfortunate part. I remember one time I won a trip and I was working really hard. One of the prizes actually was when you came back from the trip, there would be like this, I don't know, it was like a convertible Chevrolet vehicle in your driveway, if you could imagine that. So,
wow.
I mean, yeah, that was crazy. But everyone went crazy working towards this. And so I won the trip part. I didn't win the car part. But in the course of that month, I think I recruited, like, it was in the 40s. Like 40, let's say it was 42 consultants.
So people who actually wanted to build a business, you recruited 42 consultants.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And
those consultants, how long did they stay consultants?
Right. Well, there is the problem part. So what happens is you get, all these people, because you're really working on that trip, to just please, join, sign up, like you're just on this mission, just sign on the dotted line kind of mission, and then after that, when the dust settles, let's just say you come back from the trip, assuming you want it and things like that, that's when your friends are like, hey, I bought all this stuff, and I did this, and, either one, I want to quit, and it just starts to go downhill from there. And after you do that enough, and sometimes it takes a lot of years, it starts to weigh on you because you really start to feel like, and I'm speaking for myself, but I know a lot of people feel this way, like, where are you? And unfortunately, I can remember a time, Donna, when I went to visit a friend who was getting ready to go on one of these trips that she won. And I kid you not, she was rolling coins in her kitchen to have spending money for the trip that she won.
Oh.
So now, when you think about how bad that is, so she was buying all the skincare, getting her friends to buy all the skincare to go on this trip because she was so bent on winning this trip. But yet she did not have the money to really spend and enjoy herself on the trip. So how upside down is that? That goes on all the time. I know it sounds crazy. And look, I'm not a crazy person. Neither is my friend. But we got wrapped up in that. And that goes on all the time. These are smart, hardworking women. I think it's kind of like a veil, that you just have over you. And it's that is really unfortunate for people that really need it,
For maybe somebody's watching our show right now and they're saying, I kind of can relate to this shiny thing. I'm working really hard for the trip or the promotion, whatever it may be.
Right.
What should they really look for to determine if their business is producing the residual income that they want, or is it just producing the shiny object prize every month?
Okay, so one thing that they should look for is, just on a real basic business level, how much am I spending every month and how much am I earning? And with the spending, it's everything from products to have on hand to maybe you're doing the shipping of products yourself. A lot of people have to do that. You have to factor in the actual, it might sound like a little bit, but you got to add this all up. The postage, let's say if you're shipping it, in there you often have a whole array of things that are like your giveaways. We would have meetings. We paid for those meetings. And people would attend the meetings and even pay to attend the meeting. And so and then at that point you're having things to give away, like prizes, if you will. So there's a lot of that anyway factored in there. The other thing is each month, you know, looking at, okay, so when you're working towards, let's say, this trip, right? You work until the 11th hour, the very end of the month. The very next month, it starts all over again. It's like Groundhog Day. It starts all over again.
Right.
And I just want to, again, I want to kind of defend it a little bit because you can sound crazy. And I did that for 12 years and I didn't, it's just like the culture, you know, it's just part of what you do. And so it takes like getting out of it to realize, wow, I felt like a hamster in a wheel. You know, you're working really hard and you feel like you're getting somewhere, but it just is the same thing again and again and again. So anyway.
It's almost like, you know, you have to look at it in a way that says, all right, you know, like you said, defending a little bit, it's okay to have promotions and incentives,
right,
and things like that. I think they're wonderful. But I think the bottom line is at the end of the day, at the end of the month or the promotion or whatever it is that activity you did, the activity you did to earn that incentive or promotion,
right.
Does that activity produce lifetime, long-term, ongoing customers that are constantly coming back? Has it produced that?
Right,
Or
right.
are they quitting? And again, you got the hamster wheel where you got to go out and do it all over again. And
Right.
so that's, I think, is what you really got to look at.
Right.
If
I would agree. And there's so much more I could spin off of this.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, we're going to have other shows because they do lead into so many other topics.
I know. Like, really, you know, could you ever imagine where you are making enough money to pay off your mortgage, to retire maybe your spouse?
You know, that's what the residual income piece really should be.
There is opportunities that are real. I used to hate that word, opportunity.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because I felt like it was so fake. But there really are real viable opportunities. We, just as women, have to really be smart about being in the right vehicle. That's all. So.
Yeah, and our goal really is to educate and share people all of the different insights and things we've learned over the years in order to help you know, others make good decisions and spend their time where they're going to get the most bang for their buck, if you will.
Yeah.
So just on a closing note for our R&D show today, number one, feel free to contact us, message us anytime. We love questions too. We're going to take questions and up-and-coming shows from our viewers and answer them. Even if it's not in a show, we will answer. We answer all questions that come our way. But come with us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, and we can see that we're giving everybody some value. And we cannot wait to see you on the next R&D show. So thanks so much, Rebecca. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bundle up.
I will.